You may not rule and remain yourself. There are choices to be made, and you may, on occasion, have to turn your face away while people suffer and die. There is in you a door that must shut. You will do things that your heart would have recoiled from before you came to the throne.
I acknowledge the struggle, but I dispute that I must become what I am not.
Time will tell.
My father remained himself.
Your father lived in a world of his own construction. You and I have never set foot there.
Welcome to the Unreal Hour.
Hi there, welcome to our show. I'm Fiona.
And I'm Emma.
And we are here to discuss episode 3 of season 3 of House of the Dragon, Rhaenyra Triumphant.
She didn't feel triumphant to me.
No, I didn't feel that at all. The episode was directed by Claire Kilner and Sarah Hess, who we called the Dream Team last week.
Not feeling it this week, guys.
Not feeling that this week either. We have thoughts. Let's just get straight into it, because let's just address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
While there were story beats throughout the episode that I enjoyed, I believe this was supposed to be the conceptual episode that they had planned, and I didn't like the concept.
No, the concept fell flat for me, I'm afraid.
Do you want to go first? Give us your thoughts.
On why it was flat?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was very heavy on one storyline, and we usually get jumping from blacks to greens. We have some dragon action, or even just this week it's going to be really hard to even do a dragon section, so we're not. No one died. There was nothing notable other than Rhaenyra seeming to really be very overwhelmed.
It was too much of the one thing in a show so vast with so many characters. We only have 8 episodes, and to dedicate an entire episode to this seems a waste of airtime to me.
Yeah.
They could have made the points they were trying to make in a much more concise way and gave us more. Or they could have spread this out over a few episodes and gave us more beats of other stuff in between to break it up a bit.
Yeah.
They said in the behind the scenes that they had they put a lot of thought into this sound design in this episode regarding this buzzing in Rhaenyra's ear. Did you see it?
I did, and I've only watched it once. I was going to do a rewatch, and to be honest, it's not something that was notable for me.
I mean, did you see in the behind the scenes what they were saying about it?
I saw an interview with Claire Kilner and Sarah Hess.
I saw that too.
And they did describe the...
Like it's supposed to be like a dragon calling or something like that.
I didn't get that from it.
I didn't get that. And what dragon would be calling her but Cyrax?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's like a dragon calling from the future or something. They were... Shut up. What is it? Drogon? Right?
No.
Like... I hate that. I hated this. I really wanted to enjoy it. I was totally psyched up for it. We're on holiday, we're recording a day early.
Yeah.
And all the enthusiasm went as soon as I watched it. And I just, I must have thought about 5 times throughout it. I hate this. And then there'd be a good bit. And then I'd hate it again. And then there'd be a good bit. But there was no great bits.
And I have to say, I'm going to address the main part for me.
Yeah.
Which I actually found it offensive as a woman. And I'm shocked that
Not that she got her period.
No, I'm shocked that women have written and directed this.
Agreed.
I think to have popped that in there would have been great if she'd been trying to get on with things in a powerful way and we were seeing a powerful side of her. But what they did was they dropped that in there
while she's on the
really
back foot.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it just gave this perspective of, oh, she's on her period and she's not coping. And I get that's not what they were doing, but actually that's how it translated to me.
That is exactly how it came across.
And I'm glad once we spoke that's how it translated to you. And I've seen some other people on YouTube, and that's how it's translated to them also.
That's how most people have picked it up. And watching that interview with those two ladies that created this episode, that's not what they were trying to portray. It wasn't even that deep.
No.
It wasn't. It was just, it would be really funny if she got her period as well. I mean, it was, maybe it was slightly more nuanced than that. But that's how it came across to me. It was just, oh yeah, of course she would get her period too on the day where she needs to be on fire.
I think it was better done when she had the breast milk leakage at the table. That was her body behaving in a way that a woman's body behaves at what you would call an opportune time.
Yeah.
And I get that's what they were saying here.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right place. And from then on, I really struggled to concentrate because I was so offended.
Yeah.
Not cool, guys.
No, it wasn't cool. It didn't feel written by a woman. It didn't feel directed by a woman. And if they were going to go there, it should have been given more attention and a way of strength, her rising above that and getting on with it.
Because that's what we as women do.
Yeah, mothers and business owners and queens. You've just got to get out there and do your shit no matter what.
Yeah, whether you're the small folk or you're Rhaenyra, you get on and you just get shit done.
Exactly.
And it's not that she wasn't trying to, but
She was.
There was the whole sort of her grief element, her overwhelm, the ghosts that were sort of haunting her inside. Yeah. I get all of that stuff, but because that was dropped in where it was, it, for me, overshadowed it because I was so pissed off.
Yeah, yeah. And, that is one tiny beat that caused so much friction.
Yeah.
And then there's just the overall concept of it just took up too much time.
Yeah.
We don't have enough episodes for a concept episode, especially one that's trying to be so creative and
I didn't like how the format of the show was changed. Liked that there was a cold open. That was cool. I didn't like that, like I said earlier, no one died. There were no dragons. We were stuck with the same character for 80% of it. It wasn't the format that's cool.
No, there wasn't. We need to be moving around the map. We need to be the pacing. We need some momentum. And maybe I'm considering that there's a writing difference because there's a 2-year gap between writing these episodes. This one was written for season 2. Last one was written for season 2, sorry. And this is season 3. And it's supposed to be a different tone. But I think they should have rethought this. It felt like a shite episode 1.
It's so far off base. George writes... I mean, obviously, George has nothing to do with this. I'm aware of that. But we are fans of what George writes. Yeah. And George writes not House of the Dragon, but what we love initially, Game of Thrones, was all POV characters jumping here, there, everywhere. That's what we fell in love with. And I feel like the writers, they've just gone too far off base here for this episode. It's not what we love.
No, it's not.
No, to be rude, but it was pure pish, man.
It was. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we have to say there are some good points about it.
There's 20% of good stuff.
Yeah, there was, and we'll get to that. But I think we felt we needed to address what we felt first, because as Ned Stark says, anything before butt is horseshit.
Yep.
So let's get the butt out the way first, so that the rest of what we say is positivity, then where we can find it. I don't suddenly hate the show because they did a shit episode. Well, I mean, if they do a few in a row, I might change my mind, but...
No, and we've been here before with, filler episodes, but I couldn't even call this a filler episode.
No, it wasn't. It was
bizarre.
It was trying to be art. Go watch the behind-the-scenes guide. I can't really quote him a lot here, but, you know, the Ryan in there, something along the lines of, art is when creativity meets limitations, whatever that means. And I get what they were doing with the sound design and the weird camera shots, so you never see behind Rhaenyra.
I think
you're always
they
getting
said
her POV.
that it was kind of like the West Wing.
That too.
All of her shots where she was moving all the time, and there was always someone asking a question. And I get that, but I also don't buy it.
I don't buy it for the whole fucking episode. Give us a scene like that. There was this moment as well where she finally gets a moment of peace and then Alicent knocks on the door. And I almost bought that scene. Yeah, that was okay. But yeah, it was too much of the same thing over and over. And I think I wrote in my notes, lots of wants and no's. Everybody wanted something that she couldn't give. And everything she wanted, she was told no.
Yeah.
Except the rat feast, which is a whole other subject.
And no one farted.
And no one farted.
How could we have been so right last week and so wrong this week?
So true. Okay, well, that's enough of the negativity for now. Well, we'll see. But let's move on to what we did like. We'll start with the cold open.
The cold open was good.
I really like this scene.
And I was hoping for good things
Yes.
when this started.
Yes, definitely.
Loved the big shot with Ormond at the front. And you
The
see
big
all the
army at the
troops.
back,
Yep.
yeah.
And then you see Tessarion.
Yes, absolutely. It's a cute wee dragon, eh? It's tiny.
Much better picture of Tessarion this time.
Yeah, much brighter day.
Yeah.
So I think that they are playing with the light there.
Yeah.
Which I suppose is realistic.
Hoping for good things once Tessarion's in flight.
Would like to see that again.
Yeah.
We got a very brief 2-3 second glimpse of at the end of the last season. I want more of that.
God, they could have even given us that.
Yeah, just a wee bit of dragon flight would have made the episode better, yeah. Just a tiny bit of anything. Absolutely loving Daemon living his best life like Aegon the fucking Conqueror with 3 badass dragons behind him. He's like so smug.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's smirking, he's cracking jokes.
And then he's like, Elf, do you want the high tower? Brilliant. And yeah, totally. What's the guy's name again?
Hugh.
No.
Ormond.
Oh, real name. James Norton.
Yes.
Right, that's him. James Norton was absolutely brilliant as Ormond. I just loved his just whole demeanour. He sat there, he listened, he's like, what if I do want to fight you?
Have you seen Happy Valley?
I have not.
So in Happy Valley, he's an absolute nutter.
Right.
And he wants custody of his son. And
Right.
he keeps stealing him. And he's just an absolute bonkers nutcase.
Right.
But he's so deadpan, manipulative. He's so manipulative with a kid. And I thought, oh, I can see a bit of your Happy Valley Nutter character there when he's being all nice and manipulative. And
I didn't buy it for a second.
Okay, yes, that's okay. I'll give you the boy. Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in a positive
We'll just
way when I
turn
say I
our
didn't buy
backs
that.
and walk away. Okay, we don't want to fit. Right, everyone, let's go now.
Yeah. No, I did not buy that demeanour for a second, but in a good acting way.
Yeah.
It was a right, okay, he's fucking
I was really excited when I saw James Norton was going to be in this. Yeah.
And I honestly didn't buy it. The way he was like, take care, nephew, and said his goodbye to Daeron. I was like, that's no Daeron. That's no Daeron. I'm not buying this. Now, that might have something to do with the fact that I heard that there was some sort of Daeron fake out, right? It might have influenced my
I think it maybe did because I bought it at first.
Did you?
I did.
Right.
Until I seen Rhaenyra talking to him the first time. And she's
first
like,
time.
and he wasn't speaking at all. And I thought, oh, this is odd. Is this a traumatised kid? Does he have an agenda? Is he being told to like a wee sleeper cell? Like, what's going on here? And then I was like, maybe it's not him.
So you started picking up on it there.
Yeah.
So I picked up on it a bit earlier, but it might be because I had heard what
maybe.
I heard. But I also pride myself on being able to read these situations. I'm very good. I've got a good track record of guessing this
You
stuff.
do. So
I'm gonna take the win here. I was right.
Oh God, we need a win.
We need a win. We absolutely need a win. But great opening scene. Love although I do have one complaint. Right? Okay, we're going to take your nephew, but you can keep the dragon.
Yeah. I was like, so I thought, oh, okay, this is why I kind of bought it as well, right? Because I thought, why is he not taking the dragon? Okay, because they're bonded, the dragon's just going to fly off with Daeron. That's what that is. Oh, no dragon flight. Oh, maybe they skipped that for the budget. I don't know.
That's a plot hole.
Yep.
That big plot hole. Well, it's not really a plot hole now that it's a fake. Now it's a fake Daeron. But
there is a plot hole.
The plot hole is that Daemon didn't think of this.
Yeah.
The plot hole is that Daemon didn't go,
Dragon 2 then. Like, come on.
Aye.
What's the Valyrian for fly?
Vlar.
There you go. Vlar to Sarion. Let's go.
Into the dragon pit with you.
Hoof it, pal.
Let's get some dragon peepers out here to get this dragon into its cave. But no, so the fact that this wasn't addressed, discussed, thought about, like, what's going to happen to Sarion if Daeron is a prisoner. Mm-hmm. Not quite a plot hole, but certainly an oversight.
It was weak.
But other than that, I love the cold open.
Yeah.
It was very good. And that concludes our dragon section.
Yay!
Yeah.
And that's all, folks.
It's so true. But yeah, I mean, literally that was all the dragons that there was in the episode. So, like, dragon section done. Here we are. Right, so we already talked about it a bit, so let's finish off that fake Daeron thing because we were halfway there.
Yep.
We saw it, like, definitely both saw it coming at different stages throughout the episode, but that moment when Rhaenyra realises it was so priceless. I actually really loved this scene. Alicent walks in the room. She's staring at Daeron, or fake Daeron. She's staring at him, and then she looks at Rhaenyra. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't change her expression. It's just eyes. Again, she's good with the eyes.
Yeah.
Just the eye. Just looks at her, and then Rhaenyra's like, "Oh shit." And the head back and forward, side to side, back and forward about 5 times. That's
not your kid, man.
Yeah, that's not your kid. Your face is... But it wasn't that she just read Alicent's face. Alicent gave her a look.
Yeah.
She gave her a, no. No, that's not him.
Like, I've not seen him for a while, but he's definitely not my baby.
It's like that moment when you're at your pal, you're with your pal at a party, right? And you're like, we need to leave, right? But from across the room, you're just staring at each other going, read my mind. We need to leave this party.
Like when we used to be in bands together and the music's playing and we just look at each other and we're like, this is being communicated between us two and no one else in the band.
Yeah.
And they're all like, they're having the time of their life playing it wrong. And we're like, this is in the wrong key, guys. Like,
see, now because you said that, I might have to do that photo in the video version. You know, the photo.
That was a friendship forged for life.
Yes.
And we're not even looking at each other. We're both looking at the same thing with the same look on our face.
Yeah. The guitarist hitting an absolute howler on the best note in the guitar solo. And it goes for this note and it just doesn't happen. And the two of us just stare at him like, what? So it was like that.
Yeah. There was the big eyes and everything.
Yeah. Please read my mind. This is wrong. But yeah, I really did love that scene. That was good. Did you have any other thoughts?
No, now I just can't get out of my head like, it's not a bum note, this is a bum fake out.
Yeah. Right, well, let's talk about the dye job. Right? Because what is the equivalent of peroxide in medieval Westeros? Somebody said in the chat on a live stream that I saw like 5 minutes
Is it
off.
lime stuff?
Yeah, there's something to do with lime and possibly pee and lye.
Yeah. I mean, I've bleached my hair for the last 25
Apparently the
years.
Vikings used to do it.
Well, there's no way on earth you'd get me using that. Like,
I mean, but that is some pretty top grade toner.
yeah, like what brand of toner are they using for fake Daron?
Yeah, because it's better than like Damon's in season 1. I was looking a bit like
Yeah, the yellow fella.
yellow for a while. Yeah. I mean, once they got to the last time jump, Damon's hair was good. But
Yeah, that's like
it was
I've
the
given
middle
myself
one.
a full head when I should have gone for a full head of highlights.
Exactly. And now I've got short hair for 2 episodes because it all fell out.
This is a process, not a one-time thing.
I swear that's why he went for the short hair in those 2 episodes in the middle, because it all fell out.
Yeah, it was like chewing gum on his pillow. I can just remember it. Gone are the days when you had to come and cut my hair off because it was like chewing gum on the pillow.
Yes, I
That's what
remember it well.
12% will do. Always 9.
Always 9. But no, I mean, like, bad hair dye jobs aside, I'm still thinking the redhead from the first episode. Was that the first episode? Yeah.
So
if they
I
can
thought
dye it one way, we can dye it the other.
I thought this kid was dead on. However,
Yeah, but the hair colour threw us all.
Well, it wasn't so much the hair colour, it was the way that Ormond treated him like a servant. So I'm like, all right, I know like Daron's...
More like a squire?
Well, I know that he's a squire, but he didn't even treat him like a squire who is his Targaryen nephew.
No.
He treated him like
his princely nephew.
Yeah, he treated him like just some lord's son that's beneath him. Like a lesser lord's son.
But that's part of the ruse.
Yeah. So, well, Ormond, we love you.
We do. Like, and
Maybe
you're-
not as much as Daemon, but, you know, you're second in command for the cheek.
He's definitely
The bare-faced
like,
cheek of the man.
Oh, definitely. He played that very well. But the dye job, it's got to be him. It's got to be this guy that we've already seen before. That's the fake out. Well, this was part 1 of the fake out. That's part 2. We've already seen him. That's the best way to do a reveal. Someone you've already seen. And this lad was quite prominent and yet inconspicuous within the scene, if that makes sense. Because everybody's like, who is that? Is that Daron? It can't be Daron. It's the wrong hair colour. So there was a lot of discussion about it in the fandom. So it was prominent enough to be noticed by everybody.
Yeah.
But in the background enough for inconclusive. Yeah. So I love that. Can't wait to see how that's going to play out. See, like, there is positives within this episode of future plot lines, right? There's seeds are planted for future plot lines.
All my positives came from Ormond and Corlys this week.
Yes.
A little bit of Daemon.
A little bit of Daemon too. No, everything I'm feeling about Rhaenyra going forward is a steady decline.
As it should be. Because
it should be a steady decline. That was too fast.
But not in one episode.
No, that was too
I could have dealt with that in sort of 2 to 3, well, I think 3 episodes in an 8-episode series would have covered that.
I think in order to make the decline more significant, we need to see her competent first.
Yeah.
That would have helped. Oh, right, there we go again.
I know. See, while we're here, though, I'm just going to mentioning her father all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this just feels so offbeat for the Rhaenyra that we know. Because
she's always been a bit of a rebel.
Yeah, she opposed him at every turn, although she loved him dearly. But, like, it just doesn't make any logical sense to me for her character.
Well, likewise, I said this to you on the phone this morning, that I felt like teenage Rhaenyra was just way more badass. She was out there, she was doing what she wanted to do.
Playing dress up and sneaking off and on her dragon when she shouldn't have been.
Flying off to Dragonstone to confront Daemon in the middle, like landing in the middle of like swords drawn.
Yeah.
And just owning the scene. That was Rhaenyra. And to her defence, she's not been allowed to do it Like, they've all been stopping her from every angle, except maybe Daemon, right? But I feel like teenage Rhaenyra would have just done it anyway.
I have a question.
What's
So,
that?
how old is Rhaenyra supposed to be at this point?
So, by the book, remember, she's a couple of years older than she is in the books. So I think it's 3-4 years.
What decade of life is she supposed to be
Well,
in?
think about the age of the boys. So if she was
What,
about
30s?
16, she was 16 when she was married, and Jace was 16 when he died.
So like early 30s.
Early 30s.
So there's even that, right? So in your early 30s, you've still got a lot of what you had in your 20s. You're still brave. It's still there. It's not until you reach your 40s that you kind of have a decline in your bravery, because then you start thinking about your own mortality.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Your estrogen and progesterone dips. Yeah, you're just not, you're not as brave as you were. That bravado of youth is starting to deplete. And I feel that the age that Rhaenyra's at, that's not where we are hormonally with this character. And if you're going to pop in bits like, well, she's on her period, so there's a hormonal effect for this character biologically, please go the whole hog and do it properly.
Yeah,
because actually in your early 30s, when you're on your period, you still have the bravado. Yes, you have the cramps and stuff, but you're still brave. You're actually more raging than you're overwhelmed and having like brain fog, not knowing how to navigate situations and doubting yourself. I don't think she's in the correct decade for that to be happening. I think that's maybe why I find it so offensive. And I know I've gone back there, but this is what happened to me watching the show, though.
Yeah.
It was hard to take each scene on with Rhaenyra after that was mentioned, because I thought, this is incorrect.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely felt like if you're going to go there, like let's see it for real. Let's actually look at what's happening to your body on day one of your cycle. Day one, you have 0 estrogen, 0 progesterone. That's it. You're just like getting through the day, right? Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you suddenly become incompetent. In fact, you're probably a little more competent than you were on the day before. And remember, in this episode, Rhaenyra's day 1 was day 2 of her reign. Yeah. Right? So day 1, she was a bit take no shit. Mm-hmm. She's wandering through like, this is ridiculous. And the scene with Daeron, when she meets him for the first time and he's not answering her, she's like, so be it, take him to his room. Right? She's just like, no got time for this. That was quite...
That's on point.
Yeah, that was an on point premenstrual moment. But once it happened, that it was suddenly she was just weak and distracted. I find that offensive. I might have a bit of brain fog, right? I'm not going to lie. There might be some brain fog on those days. But I'm usually like... I'm still capable of...
A decade ago, when you were a full-time working woman, you never let anything stop you.
No. You grab a couple of paracetamol and out the door you go.
I was a mum of 3.
Yeah.
I gave birth to my 3rd one and drove myself home. You know, like, I just feel it's incorrect.
Yeah, it's reducing us to, like, a slave to our hormones.
Yeah.
Right? Hormones do affect us. There's no disputing that, right? They do, right? The peaks and troughs of the hormones absolutely affect us. But when you're on day 1, your hormones are absolutely depleted, and just getting through your day is just enough. You want no friction. You want no like. Nah.
So does that back it up then? That she just needed a wee nettle tea and a hot water bottle?
She probably did need that. Yeah.
It's the overlap, isn't it? It's the overlap of the overwhelm and the grief. But because this hormonal cycle has been mentioned at the same time, there isn't enough to distinguish that these are separate things.
Yes.
So it's offensive.
It is. That's how I made sense of it after the episode. It kind of... I watched the episode, I made sense of it by thinking about this hormonal stuff and everything. Oh, it kind of lines up with what they were showing with Rhaenyra to a certain extent. And then I watched their interview and it wasn't that deep. Right, you know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
me trying to make sense out of what I saw. Whereas I don't think that they were thinking about it on that deeper level. I think that they just thought it would be amusing to give her a period as well.
Which, as a woman,
Is offensive.
is offensive because actually we do have to try a bit harder on those days and we still get it done. The positives from this episode are you have had a sex ed lesson from Fiona and Emma.
Absolutely.
I
need
hope
a
you
drink.
haven't tuned out.
Right, so we mentioned earlier Rhaenyra reminiscing about ghosts, but specifically, I did like the scene that she was struggling to sleep in Viserys' bed.
Yeah, I
That
like
felt
scene.
quite true and understandable. And seeing Jace in the hallway,
Why didn't she find a body in the cupboard? Damn and blast.
I know.
It would be weird for her. It would be weird being back there and being at the foot of her dad's bed and being like, I can't get in that bed. The last time I was here, he passed away.
Yeah.
Well, he was on the verge of passing away, wasn't he?
He passed away. She saw him in that bed. He dragged
Yeah.
himself out of bed for A, the throne room, and B, for the dinner.
Yeah.
And then he got taken off to that bed that night and never woke up.
Yeah.
So it's tough for her just being in her childhood home where all those memories are, some very painful ones, losing her mother, losing her father. It's totally understandable for that to be throwing her off slightly. So yeah, we're here, no cash, no food, no coronation. She's got a lot of redecorating to do. And she needs a new bed. So,
Been there, girl.
absolutely. So the first day is just shite getting thrown at her when she's getting accosted on the stairs by a million servants. Back to the West Wing thing. I don't think I liked it.
I hated it. I hated the servants accosting her on the stairs. I hated the way everyone spoke to Rhaenyra in that episode. It didn't give off that, and I know it was deliberate, right? It didn't give off that she is queen now. It gave off everybody hates me. Everybody wants something from me. I'm not going to be any good at this. This is stressful. I don't know what to do. Nightmare.
And if she didn't come across as second guessing herself with the face acting and the nervous voice, then they really drove it home in the scenes with Alicent where she was basically saying, help me, I don't know what I'm doing.
I got the vibe that if she'd been male, none of this would have been happening. So that was good that they conveyed that without actually saying it.
Yeah, true. Same as what happened last week in Dragonstone.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened if she was male. Here we go. Did we just find a positive?
I think we did.
I think we just found another new positive. Right? There's few of them.
I think the wine's helping.
It must be. Let's hear that clip of her and Alicent, actually. The first one, that is.
Where is my gold?
Your gold?
The crown's gold, the treasury. Oh, you cannot claim ignorance.
I'm of no help to you. It was the Master of Coin who removed it.
And the Queen knew nothing of it.
They hated me from the start, resented my influence, my mere presence. My own father kept their plot from me.
Is that so?
I would refer you to the man himself, but you slew him without ceremony.
Did it make you feel better? About losing Jace?
Oh dear.
The faces here.
I would rather have slain Aegon, as your mother and I had agreed.
Oh, Helena's face here.
But here we are. He is gone, and I cannot believe you had no hand in that either.
He did that to himself.
Aegon was fled when I returned from Dragonstone, all while not giving you his account.
His account? Or yours? Do not treat me as a fool.
If you require me to foresee every duplicitous scheme devised by Larry Strong, I confess I cannot help but fall short.
Where is Vhagar? Who rides Sheepstealer?
I do not know! Is Aemon not flown away, as I promised? Did the guards and the parapets not suffer you to pass? I have done all I could. Will you blame me only for what men have done?
You promised we could go, and we told the guards. We ran.
Oh, see, on hearing that scene, I hate it even more. I just think they're making her so paranoid. I think she's like, yeah, the mask's completely dropped when she's with Alicent, and she's crazy paranoid. And I just think we all know it's going there, but it's too soon.
Yeah, it was too quick a jump.
I mean, this was in the first 10, 15 minutes of the episode. She's already going all crazy paranoid. I just don't buy it for her character.
No, I think they could have dumbed it down for the fandom. Fandom being me. I would like it to have been dumbed down. For me.
I wanted a slow burn.
Yeah, like I know what you're doing there, guys, but I would have liked to have seen a bit of conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent that wasn't that.
Yeah.
About their fathers. So you get a bit of dumbing it down for the fandom, being me. But it would let you see that what Alicent received from her father was observing a leader who could give instruction and who could delegate and manipulate.
Yeah.
Plotto at his finest. Whereas Rhaenyra, the observations of her father were quite a passive man that shied away from any difficult decision. I think so as rulers, they're very different women.
Yeah.
Because of the instruction from their fathers that they inadvertently received through observation. And it would have been nice to have played on that rather than the women chaos, the nippy at each other. I just fucking hated it. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I did love Helena though.
Helena was brilliant. Did it make you feel better?
She's like a 4-year-old. It's like, just say what you see, Mr. Chips.
Definitely.
And they just look at her like, oh crazy Helena.
Yeah, bless her. She gets a lot of that.
She does, but she's bang on every time and no one's paying any attention.
But she was right in there with defending her mum there that Aegon did that by himself. So yeah, and she was quite feisty in that moment for Helena.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did love her in that scene. That was great. And Olivia Cooke was fantastic in the scene too. So was Emma Darcy. I just don't like the scene they were given to work with.
Yeah.
But they're all doing a fantastic job with the script and the direction that they're given. And we called these two women the dream team last week. And this week I just not. It was all shite.
It seems a bit far removed, doesn't it? Like, how can they have got that so right and this so wrong?
Yeah.
Well, is there other higher instruction at play here? Who knows? I'm not being a mad conspiracy theorist. Well, here we are. It just seems very, very different.
Yeah. It's night and day, isn't it?
Yeah, my bullshit detector's like...
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I just don't feel it. I don't feel that these women were writing on their own.
Maybe we're just a pair of crazy hormonal women, though.
Oh, maybe. I never thought of that.
Yep, that might be what that is.
Because I have no agency, you see.
That's
so
it.
I'm a slave to my cycle.
What last week's theme was agency, and this week, well, we're a slave to our cycle.
Lack of. Oh, that's bleak.
Okay, my crazy hormonal friend, what's up next?
I'm sure we'll jump back to Rhaenyra without... I don't think I had anything more specific to say about...
Absolutely. I'm almost at the stage where I'm like, what can we bitch about now?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm...
this is turning into a roast.
Yeah, it's like labelling theory. I'm now just playing up to the role of crazy hormonal woman. This is what this has done to me this week.
Oh, yeah. So Alicent says to her that no one knows what Aegon looks like. His dragon is dead. Daemon also says earlier on that Bela only saw Sunfire dead and rotting. But we know this is not true.
No, I think Sunfire is just recharging. And
Definitely.
maybe looks just a bit to the
Maybe it looks dead from an aerial view above while he's sleeping in the forest where he fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Yeah, well, I've seen the promo shows. He's definitely alive. I mean, it's like the worst kept secret in the fandom. I'm not going to lie. Like, even more than the rat feast. And the fake Daron.
Well, I'm like the last person to know. Every week, guys, I'm the last person to know. When I say dumbing it down for the fandom, I mean me.
Yeah, I do. I spend far too much time researching that shit. It's not a quality.
Obsessive behaviour? Are you a crazy hormonal woman? It's fine, I'm a dumb one.
No. Definitely not.
I mean that in jest.
So, what else have I got here? Oh, yeah, when she tells Miss Saria to question the staff.
Yes.
She was right paranoid there as well.
Yeah.
That was coming across a bit erratic as well.
Is it though?
Is it though? No. No, it wasn't about the idea in itself. It was about the way that...
The delivery.
The delivery.
Yeah.
She seemed erratic. She seemed paranoid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not paranoia if they are out to get you. But at the same time, her behaviour was off.
It was whack, man.
It was off. And then, of course, from that scene with Saria, she goes straight to the meeting with the Septon.
Hold on, wait, remind me. Where is her gold? So, Thailand has smuggled it off to Lannisport, some of it. Is that right?
I think it was split.
Yeah, was it 3 ways he split it?
I don't know if they've done this in the show, but in the book, I think the money was split.
Bravos, Lannisport.
Did Laris have some of it?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
The Iron Bank of Bravos has got some, haven't they?
I think that may be true as well.
It's the only one that I'm relatively concrete on. I did laugh. See, here's a laugh. You've got enough to do you about a week. What?
A week?
What to buy what? What are they buying in a week?
Was that before or after they brought over the money from Dragonstone?
So given the level of like paranoia and overwhelm and stress that she seems to be under, when she receives that news, there isn't a lot of reaction that you would expect. It was another bit that fell short for me. I just felt like there should have been a what? A week? How are we going to... Right, we have to get this sorted out. Like, this is... If someone told me
Get that fire out. It's warm enough.
Yeah, like, get a coat on. Now.
Oh, dear.
We're having rice and beans, man. Rice and beans for a fortnight. We'll make it... We'll stretch out Iceland buffet for tea kids.
Yeah.
I've definitely said that the last week of the month.
Definitely.
Who wants chicken dippers and dip? With some onion rings and some curly fries.
Sketty on toast.
On the sofa. Let's watch a film, guys. It'll be so fun. I digress. Right, moving on.
Then, of course, she has the meeting with the High Septon.
Yes.
And the Faith are like, they want a body.
Do you know what? I don't feel like he was completely out of order in what he was saying, but again, it's the delivery that seemed a bit... if she was male, he wouldn't have delivered it in that way.
No.
It was incredibly offensive, the way he was talking to her.
So, is it supposed to be?
Yeah.
Is that why it's bothering us? Because the episode was meant to offend us?
Yeah.
Because Ryan said something else in the thingy that he compared it to... They took inspiration from a film or something. I can't remember which film it was. I'd never heard of it. But he'd taken inspiration from it. And the idea is that you're really uncomfortable and you don't know why.
So Ryan needs to be very careful with his inspo. Mm-hmm. Because last week, his inspo was Queen Elizabeth I, and Rhaenyra is delivering a line almost verbatim from Queen Elizabeth I. He then has her in the next episode, Claire Kilner and Sarah Hess, allegedly, have her then delivering this shit, this horse shit. What what is this? How has she become a character for the West Wing? How is she now like the president of the USA? She's gone from Elizabeth I to the first female president. Like, give me a break, guys. You didn't expect me to watch these interviews and behind the scenes and then take this seriously. Like, no, because in my tiny brain, because I'm a crazy hormonal woman, last week she's Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, she was.
Who is probably the strongest female monarch that the Western world has ever seen.
Oh no, it was week 1, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah, so come on, give me a break. How she went from that to basket case in 2 episodes?
Well, I think they're trying to say she lost a son, and that did it, but...
She'd already lost a son.
Yeah.
And I find it very difficult to believe that she wouldn't know how to process her grief by now.
She's already done it.
She's spent her whole adult life from being a mid-teen.
Here's another thing that...
processing very close grief. I think she would have been a much stronger character in terms of processing her grief in the moment. I think she would have been able to put that block up and go, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm focusing on. I'm pragmatic now because it's the only way I know how to get through my grief.
I've just had a thought.
Yeah.
This has only been mere weeks that passed throughout the course of season 2.
Yeah.
So, what is this, her first cycle since her miscarriage?
Yeah.
Again, they missed a beat. If they're going to go there and bring our cycle into it, there was a way they could have given us something else that to remind us of all the things that Rhaenyra's going through right now. And they missed a beat to give us that.
So she would have been, 6 weeks from miscarriage?
More or less, yeah. Give or take. Some episodes, only a day passes between one to the next, and sometimes it's a week, so...
If you're talking in terms of biologically, how far on she was when she miscarried. So yeah, you are talking about 6 weeks. So
it wasn't so much a miscarriage as a stillbirth.
Yeah. So at this point, I don't think she would have been... I just don't buy it. I think she would have been more emotionally numb.
Yeah.
She was emotionally numb last week in the episode.
Yeah.
And this week, now she's a brain fog, like unable to make a decision. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. The decline was too rapid. I would have bought it if you did it next week, guys.
Yeah.
I love that I speak to the writers like they're actually going to listen to us.
Big, dream big. But you probably won't want to listen to this episode because we don't have very nice things to say.
No, there's constructive criticism and then there's this.
No, I think we're being quite constructive, actually. I think we're breaking down exactly what was wrong and why it was wrong, and also where it could have been better. So I think...
I'm not going to lie, I'm being mildly petty. The amount of times I've said, it's because I'm a crazy hormonal woman, I am full on being petty now.
But it doesn't matter. The point is I watched the episode and I felt flat at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I spent the entire day trying to figure out why. I watched behind the scenes stuff. I watched an out and out podcast with Sarah Hess and Claire Kilner speaking freely about their decisions and why they made them.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel any better afterwards.
No.
And then I watched it again after all of that, and it got marginally better on the second watch.
I felt marginally better when I watched the interview, the podcast with the two of them on it. I was like, yeah, okay.
After the podcast,
I see what you're saying you did there,
but it didn't change my opinion.
I'm still not buying it. I'm still not buying that for that.
But
character.
I see what they did there, and then when I rewatched again, I saw what they did there in real time while watching it and going, okay, but I still don't like it.
Yeah, okay, like poetic license, but guys, you had a book. You had original canon.
Yeah,
like, that character did not decline that rapidly in that way.
No, in fact, it's clearly stated in the book that after the loss of Jacaerys, Rhaenyra was harder. And that was not hard. There was nothing about that was hard. That was barely holding it together at times. Mm-hmm. there's no hardened in this episode. We should have got hardened in this episode. And then next episode, you could start to show a bit of a paranoid decline after having such a shit episode this week, but hardened. So next, there was the holding court scene. Now, it's supposed to be a parallel to Aegon's first day holding court.
Right. Aegon was not on his period.
No, he was not.
Although he seemed more like he was in all points of the show.
That scene with Aegon and Otto was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was really freaking funny. This one with Rhaenyra was not.
No.
So for a parallel, it failed for me.
The difference there was that Otto was Aegon's grandfather, so there was a lot more weight to what he was saying to Aegon.
Yeah.
And also he's been hand to the king, like, what is it, 3 times, 4 times by this count? Like, who?
Yeah.
Whereas it's Corlys that's given the advice to Rhaenyra. So she's not really taking him as seriously as Aegon was taking his grandfather, because she's like, I can do this. I've got this.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm fine here. And Aegon was a bit like, oh right, okay, Grandad, that's no, perfectly right. You know what you're doing. When she really should have just, she should have leaned on Corlys.
Yeah.
That this was one of the major failings in this episode as well, not leaning on Corlys. But we'll discuss that later. This whole bit with the wee women saying, well, we're weavers and we need the wool, and and Nina's like, okay, well, we'll just shave the sheep first before we give them to the dragons.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Loved it.
Right, okay. And then the next guy's like, oh, yeah, well we need the meat. And all the hunters are gone because they're away fighting. Right, okay, well, maybe you could have the rabbits and stuff then from the Kingswood. Like, don't hunt any boars or stags or anything. After Corlys is like, no, dude, no, abort, not the Kingswood.
Yeah.
Not buying it. Rhaenyra would have known the Kingswood is off limits to the small folk. There's no way. I just don't buy. It's one of these other. Yeah, I don't buy it. No, it's like she's been portrayed as someone that has no knowledge of the kingdom.
No,
she's just been plopped in
cupbearer.
there. Yeah. Oh, she's just been plopped in here for Dragonstone. She knows absolutely nothing about how King's Landing works. That's rubbish.
Bullshit. No buying it. So I did clip from this scene, actually. We have, I clipped Sylvie. Because,
great clip.
Yeah, let's have a wee listen to Sylvie.
Who kept the faith.
My appeal is not for coin, but for justice, for what the common folk have suffered these long months.
The blockade is lifted. It will not be long now before trade routes are re-established.
It was not only the blockade that drove us to want your grace. It was the rich, the noble lords. They bought up everything they could for their storehouses and left the poorer folk with nothing.
Is this true?
I am no innocent, my queen. It is the way of the world. But when the highborn take even what little remains and put it aside, while the lowborn starve, then that is a matter I would put before my queen.
This is one of the plot points of the episode that I think, that's a great plot point. It's great to have Sylvie being there front and centre, representing the small folk. Mm-hmm. And for this to be highlighted as well. And of course, it leads to the small council meeting where they're all debating what to do. And Damon's like, it's not important. Like, it's just, just ignore it. And of course, Mysaria protesting. But then, what was it? Someone says to her, I think it's Mysaria actually, what would your father do? Like, you could almost hear Emma's eyes roll there, yeah?
Have a banquet.
Yeah, a banquet, I think. And it was just the most unconvincing thing. If you're having an idea, right, where you're going to make these fuckers pay.
Yeah, a malevolent idea.
Exactly.
are you going to deliver it in such an airy-fairy a banquet?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
no,
piss
you
off.
wouldn't. You wouldn't. You'd be like, we're going to throw a banquet.
Yeah. We needed a Damon smirk from Rhaenyra.
Yes, that was her Damon smirk moment.
Yeah.
And it should have been. And again, it just, meek and indecisive Rhaenyra. I think we'll maybe have a banquet. I didn't buy it.
Nope.
And it was a good plot point I liked, but the delivery I did not buy. I don't want to throw shade to Claire Kilner here as a director because I've loved many previous episodes that she's done. But I think that maybe where this has fallen short is that they are following a brief. They were told, go make a concept episode, and they did the best they can, but maybe that's not her strength. I don't know, can I say that?
I don't know, maybe our hands were tied. I'm not buying that Emma Darcy thought that was the correct delivery for that character.
I don't think so.
They are a much stronger actor.
Yeah.
And they have delivered far stronger lines and face acting.
Find it hard to believe it was the acting. Was it the writing? No. The line itself, I don't think, is an issue. I think it's the delivery, which comes down to the direction. And is that Claire's direction or is that from above?
I'd like to believe that that's a hands-tied direction.
Me too.
Because the direction has been far greater in lesser scenes.
Exactly. Anyway, so on to the rat feast itself. Of course, this was leaked. I felt that it wasn't what I expected from the leak. I expected them eating it. Even as the conversation that Rhaenyra had with the nobles when they realised what was going on, I just didn't think it had the right delivery. It didn't have... I like the idea. I like the idea if this is what the small folk have been eating.
So I think this might be possibly the issue with Ryan Condal. God, I don't even want to say it out loud. In comparison to Dan and Dave... But Dan and Dave were there for the shock factor. There was...
The spectacle.
Yeah. And this is a scene where they could have almost given it a red wedding vibe.
They could have.
They could have made this so shocking. And it was just...
And in a particularly flat episode to have this really shocking kind of twist and yet not giving it the shock factor that it deserved. Again, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
They totally missed an opportunity. It could have been so much better. It could have been so much more shocking. The idea of it, when we all heard about it weeks ago, the idea of it was like, let's wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even have to have the whole table eaten. You could have had that one, I'm not sure who she was.
The mouthy one.
Yeah, but that one high-born lady, Rhaenyra could have said, take a bite. Just one bite. And she could have forced the woman to take a bite. And even that in itself
slow and suspenseful
would have been more shocking, this woman having to, with her knife and fork, cut a bit of rat off and eat it. And that would have been more memorable than, the indignation. Which the woman delivered well, bless her.
She did. I kind of liked her outfit. She looked good. She looked rich.
She looked very Tudor, I thought.
I thought so too, yeah. And it was kind of a callback to the headgear that Rhaenyra was wearing in episode 1.
Yeah.
And those nice poster shots of her being anointed as heir. That's the one. I like the headgear.
But we wanted to see her eat a rat, didn't we?
I would have liked to see her eat a rat. Or the other guy, the one on the other side that was mouthy and all. Either of them, it would have been great if we just made
a spectacle of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
An example. But once again, Rhaenyra has fallen short.
She did have a smirk, actually. I'll give her that. There was a moment when the rats came out, she smirked for a half second. There was a half-second smirk.
I mean, it is quite horrific in the book, isn't it? Like, they are made to eat it, are they not?
No, that doesn't happen in the book.
Does it not?
No, in the book, Otto releases 100 cats into the keep to get rid of the rats.
So is this purely written by...
Yep.
What a shiter.
Aye.
What a shiter. You had an opportunity to run with that and you didn't.
Yeah. It's like, how many times have we made the you do you Ryan joke?
Yeah.
And then he had an opportunity to really go for it there and they didn't. And do you know what? See if we'd been left with that wow to the rat face thing, I might not have hated the episode so much.
Yeah.
I still would have hated what I hated about it. But I would have walked away with that rat feast thing was fucking insane. I wasn't too keen on the rest of the episode, but wow, that was something. I think they just failed to deliver.
And that concludes our RIP section for this week. Rest in peace, all you rats.
Oh God, we've got to find some humour where we can, guys.
I know, and they weren't even scoffed. What a wee shame.
I know. Roasted but not eaten. What a shame.
Theme of the episode. They should have called it that. Roasted but not eaten.
Oh, there's a good argument for that.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rats in peace.
Oh, right, okay. Well, God, what can you do? They give us no dragons, no deaths. The episode truly sucked. Also at the Rat Feast, Rhaenyra called herself a conciliator. Did you notice?
Oh, no, I didn't notice that. I don't bloody think so, love.
I did love a couple of her passive-aggressive digs at the beginning when she's like, I'm glad you've all, sworn your fealty eventually. And yeah, she did have her wee smirk. But I think the thing I loved the most about this scene was Todd and Manderley.
Yeah.
Actually. I like that he admired the play.
I thought it was really weird seeing Dan Fogler as an English guy.
Yes, that created a little for me too.
I thought it was cool. It was kind of weird, but it was cool.
It was.
It's such a new role for him. I know that we both know him from different things. So I know him from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and he's so sweet and he's so cute and he's so ditzy and just he's very Samwise Gamgee. I just love him in that, and he's very New York. So it's like, what the fuck? This is cool.
Well, I know him from Goldberg's as like the total deadbeat ADHD New Enterprise every week uncle.
Yeah.
Love him from that, and also Walking Dead, in which he played a music teacher who like rigged up some speakers and drew some zombies away and became useful to the team with his audio experience. Kind of loved that.
What a guy.
What a guy. But yeah, very different roles for him than this one. So that was...
It was cool.
different, but it was cool. I liked it.
And he's also an American actor.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much a team of British guys, isn't it?
It really is.
It was
Yeah.
cool to see him doing a really great British accent. Well done.
He's doing okay, actually, yes. And there was so much personality.
Yeah.
He had the most personality of the episode, if you ask me. He was just like, I loved his little smirk and his wink, and he's like, I see what you did there. And then I love that they'll be raiding your house too. And he's like, yeah, and I probably deserve it. Love it. So that was a nice introduction to a new character. Mm-hmm. One of the high beats of the episode. So yeah, definitely, it was great to see him. I like the line from him. He's like, yeah, that'd be great. Help the small folk. Yeah, I'm paraphrasing here, but they said they may even forget that it was your blockade that made bread scarce in the first place.
Love that dig. And I shouldn't love that dig because I've always been Team Rhaenyra.
I know, but it was very humorous and well delivered, and Emma Darcy's face was an absolute picture. At that moment, Rhaenyra's face was like, whoa, did you just say that? And I know you're right, so I don't know what I would respond.
Two things, positive and negative. The negative being, again, if she was a man, he wouldn't have said that.
No, he wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have. However, I've forgotten what the positive is.
Damn it.
Damn, what was the positive?
I'll give you a minute.
No, it is properly gone. I think it must have been a weak positive.
The positive is that it was a funny scene.
It was a positive about Rhaenyra.
Oh.
And Rhaenyra's... What the fuck was it?
Oh, you need to find that because they're scarce in this episode.
Between. What was the positive there?
And no shade on Emma at all.
No.
Emma delivered what was given. I just didn't like what they were given.
No, it's gone. It's gone. The next best bit was probably the Father Ted comparison.
What was that? Why did I miss that?
It's my little joke about Corlys's, they're all bastards. Do you remember the Father Ted episode where there's, I can't remember, he's Father something and he's like a TV guy and he's very charismatic and all the rest of it.
I don't think I do.
But the man's an alcoholic.
Right, yeah.
And he has one drink and then they're all hiding behind the upturned sofa and he's like, "You're all bastards!"
Right. Now I remember. Yes, I do remember that episode. And yes, this scene is perfect for it. That's so good. Anyway, moving on to Corlys. So, first of all, that was an awkward dinner.
Certainly was.
He did kind of ambush her. First of all, I was a bit surprised that Rhaenyra was so surprised. She had a lot going on, though.
Yes.
Easy for her to not notice, but I think this is the first time in this episode I've said this, but in the book...
I'm going to take a drink now.
Is that a personal record for me going that long without saying it?
Yeah.
But in the book, it's sort of implied at first that they're Rhaenyra's sons, and then Corlys kind of claims them later.
Yeah.
So they skipped over that part of the story, which I suppose is a pointless beat.
Well, I think actually it was fairly accurate in the show that it's not that he accepted that they were Rhaenyra's sons. He just didn't really acknowledge it that they weren't. It was Rhaenys that said, "Look, we know what the relationship is there. We know that they're not our grandchildren. So give it to the girls."
Yeah.
And that's the point in the show that it's like, okay, like now they know. And then anyway, Corlys is like, well, it's going to the boys anyway.
Yeah.
So we do see that he makes an active choice to accept Rhaenyra's illegitimate sons.
He did. And I think that's kind of the point of why he's so pissed here.
Yeah. Also, he did all of this for Rhaenys. All of it. His whole life has been about Rhaenys, and he felt that she should have been queen, which she should have. Her personal experience of not being queen was something that really made her get behind Rhaenyra, made him accept that I'm going to get behind this too.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what you're asking me to do here. He changed the name of his shit. He's lost his home that he built from nothing. Plot hole, he believes that he's lost both of his kids at this point.
Yeah.
So, as far as the show has gone, Rhaenyra's not dead.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people are accepting the fact at this stage that Rhaenyra must be dead for Seasmoke to have bonded with Adam.
Still, though,
but
at no point have we had confirmation.
We've had no confirmation.
And Rhaenyra has had no confirmation.
None.
And hasn't said at any point, well, actually, he might not be dead. You might want to go and check that out.
Or even just the fact that, like, just having a wee private conversation with Daemon, her co-conspirator in the Rhaenyra thing, the only other person to just say, Seasmoke's bonded with this guy. Rhaenyra must be dead.
If anybody she could have confided in,
Jace.
Jace. Why did she not say to Jace, look, Rhaenyra's not dead. You know you're a strong boy.
You didn't mean that one,
No,
did you?
I didn't. Like, you know you're not his son.
Yeah.
He's not dead. And this is really bizarre that he's... Because Jace is also a dragon rider. Why at no point did she ever be like, okay, this is weird? When Jace was like really freaking out about the fact that these are illegitimate people that have claimed these dragons, I just don't see why the conversation never came up. It's really weird. But anyway, here we are with this massive plot hole.
Okay, I'm going to take it, right? See when Rhaenyra went to Harrenhal with Adam, the two of them flew off to Harrenhal in the last season and she had the conversation with Daemon. I'm going to choose to believe that they had this conversation off camera.
Right, okay.
Right, so after the whole scene in the hall, they've wandered off and she's like, this guy's just showed up on Sea Smoke. Rhaenyra must be dead.
Yeah.
That happened. That's the only way I can make sense of it. It happened off camera. It's either that or I believe that Rhaenyra flew in to Harrenhal for a 30-second conversation with Daemon and then flew home again.
Who knows? We'll never know.
We'll never know. Anyway, so Corlys, this is why he's pissed. This is what's fucked him off, is the fact that he accepted those boys, all three of them, as his grandchildren. Jace was less of an issue because he was the heir, so he was never going to inherit anything Velaryon. He was going to inherit the Iron Throne. He was going to be a Targaryen as soon as he ascended. But Luke and Joffrey, he did. Mostly Luke. He's made clear his feelings on Joffrey. Which is a shame, poor kid. He's so tiny.
The curse of Joffrey.
Oh, I know.
So here we are. Poor bloody Corlys has got absolutely shit all. He's just watched everything he's ever built go up in smoke. He's got these two boys that he's actually really gone back on his own.
He swallowed his pride.
Yes, yeah. So he's swallowed his pride. He's apologised. And then he said, look, I'm going to make you legitimate. Probably in his mind, he's like, look, Rhaenyra's going to understand more than anybody else in the whole world.
Oh, he was so confident at that dinner.
Yeah. And then he's like, boys, we're going to do this. This is going to be great.
He was like a proud dad going, these are my boys. Look at them, they're awesome.
My name will live on in you. And I've got fuck all to give you, but I'm going to give you my name, and you're going to be just like me because I can see me in you.
That's what he said to Rhaenys in season 1. He says history doesn't remember blood, it remembers names. But there he's got blood and names. The name thing matters to him. He's got his blood right in front of him. Can I please give them my name too? That's all he wants.
Yep.
Oh.
And she could have delivered it better, but we're gonna...
I mean, I totally understand why she's saying no. At least wait until she's being crowned herself. It looks bad. She's thinking about legit, but she's being paranoid as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, her delivery could be better, but at the same time, I was a bit like, I didn't see the problem here. I do not see the problem here.
Just wait. All she had to do was say, I'm going to do it, but no right now. Wait till I'm crowned. Were you going to say something different?
Aye, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. She's only got 3 sons left, so, you know. It's a story, it's no real.
It's no.
It's no. And if we're going with, like, medieval times and self-preservation and all of that shit, she could have spirited him away somewhere. He's already not there. Like, she has loads of massive dragons. The wee man has a dragon of his own. Go and put him somewhere safe. And just he's your... Corlys is the only bloody thing you've got between you and the fight, other than the dragons.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
His fleet is depleted, but it's still a fleet.
And he's still got the name. Corlys Velaryon, the sea snake. Like, he's the hand of the fucking queen.
And you know what? Let's look at this realistically, right? You legitimise them. The people are going to see this guy who's first mate, right? Yeah. He is an accomplished sailor and the son of Corlys Velaryon. Who better to inherit the Lord of the Tides title?
The guy's a fucking hero at this point.
Exactly. No one is going to question him getting succession over Joffrey. Joffrey is not a sailor. He's a little boy. This is his oldest living son, who is an accomplished sailor, and no one's going to question it.
His other son is the dragon rider of sea smoke.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you call me a bastard? Roasted. Did.
Exactly.
Wee Joffrey, what's he going to do? Oh, you wee bastard. Oh, well, I might get my dragon to eat your chicken. Like,
he's wee dragon.
Aye, I'll just heat your KFC up there.
At the end of the day, these guys are like, no one's going to question it. She's overthinking it. She's completely overthought
And I hate it. I hate it because it's so hasty. It's such a hasty oversight on her part, and I'm not buying that this character would have had such a hasty oversight in that moment. I think that her paranoia would have been more interwoven into other things that would have made Corlys doubt her and then turn his back on her, or the dragon riders, or the small folk, or even bring her counsel and make her counsel. There's so many other ways you could have done this than, oh, suddenly I don't know anything. I'm just offending everyone and I don't have anyone's back because I'm hormonal. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and shite. And I'm not there for it. I can't be arsed with it. It's nippy.
Yeah, it was. It was really nippy. Fuck. What have we got next?
We've got a clip of Rhaenyra being the weakest and most... Oh, I never need to take my ugly bun out because I need to listen to that. Damn and blast.
Yeah, so let's have a clip of that scene. Corlys losing his shit.
I have given all I had, everything, in service to you. My castle lies in ashes, and I have asked no favor in return but this.
You know very well the rumors that have dogged my sons from the first. My reign has just begun. I cannot, in this moment, be seen to raise up those born outside of noble troth.
It's not a swear word.
And so you will insult my house.
I mean, bastard is,
so that
but
you may be seen to
say
be
it.
something you are not.
I have Joffrey to think of.
I was staunch in my defense when your own troth was doubted.
Yes, and I thank you for this, among many other things. But all eyes look to me now. Perhaps one day, when there is not so much scrutiny...
You are ashamed.
It is a matter of legitimacy.
Your son Joffrey is a bastard.
Ooh.
Your son Lucerys, whom I accepted as my heir, was a bastard.
Lord Corlys.
Your son Jacaerys
Too loud.
and died a bastard.
Too far.
Say aloud to me the reason your children deserve what mine are denied.
Again, piss writing, to be honest with you there. It was piss writing. I didn't buy Corlys's reaction there either. I know he's lost everything, right? But I don't fucking buy that Corlys is going to scream that
The whisper part.
Jacaerys, who's just died 2 days before, fighting at the gullet with him, he's going to fucking scream that. I absolutely do not buy that. I just think I think it's lazy writing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, or sensationalism on, like, yeah.
I think it's lazy writing. I just think you're just pushing it along faster than it needed to be. I didn't buy it. Ugly Bun's back out, by the way, with side bits. I don't know what's going on here, but
The side bits are.
thank God we didn't do a live stream, is all I can say. I love that I've puffed it up like Ace Ventura for some reason. I don't know why I'm doing
I was
that.
just going to compare.
Don't mess with the do. I love that you need to sit opposite me and be serious.
I might leave this in just so there's some laughs in the episode. Now we've laughed a lot. But no, I'm not buying that. I don't think that Corlys would have screamed that at her. I totally get the getting annoyed and maybe whispering it in a quiet fucking corner going, I've done this for you.
Yeah.
But in private quarters, maybe in the small council room, in our chambers, anything like that. I could have bought that conversation, but out in public.
He's a calculated tactician who has won countless battles. He's gone off away from his family when the most grievous griefs have happened because he's not an emotive man.
No.
Right? So then the writers expect me to believe that that's how Corlys is going to play this situation.
And he's no spring chicken. He's been round the block a few times. He's like in his 70s.
Yeah. I'm not buying that.
No, I didn't buy it either. I don't, but again, I think it's there for shock factor. And we're sitting there going, yeah, it's one of the better scenes in the episode.
But
we still don't buy it. Right?
All of this. Oh, well. That's all I can say about that. That's all, folks. No.
Which language was that?
That was Rhaenyra Targaryen acting really very breathy and like she doesn't know what she's doing. What a load of shit. What a load of shit. Like, no way.
Wow.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to listen to. It's nonsense as far as these characters go.
Yeah.
At this stage of the game, she's just taken over King's Landing.
Yeah.
She's just lost her heir to the throne. There's no way. She's all breathy and it doesn't know how to talk to Corlys anymore. What a load of shit. I'm not buying that, and I'm not buying that Corlys would lose his temper in that way. A man that has fought on battleships his whole life.
Yeah.
He knows how to hold his emotions at this stage of the game. Yes, he's lost everything.
No, I was going to say, look at the patience he showed going through that canyon with that ship.
Yep.
I mean, might be unrelated, but it showed this.
The concept falls flat.
The concept falls flat. The whole fucking episode was flat.
It was a pile of pashy.
It was fucking awful. And we've tried so hard to just try and pull the best out of it. But the people that have stuck around for an hour and a half listening to us rant, you're right there with us. So what a lot of shite, eh?
Aye. I'm sorry, but if we can't even have more than a meagre dragon section and a piddly wee RIP, then that's wind and pish, really, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's hot air.
Can we say anything positive about where it's going?
Got any fun facts?
Oh, let's have a look. We may if I can find something good about it. Nah, I watched all the behind the scenes there was to see, and it was just a whole lot of shite of them trying to justify this fucking bullshit episode.
Yeah, so any other time I've watched the interviews and stuff, there's always been a wee something, and they've been quite jovial and this happened or no. There was none of that for this. You're right. It was all justification for a really shite episode.
It was.
And they're all so polite.
Never realised that until this moment.
Yeah.
It was like as the words were coming out my mouth, my brain's going ding, ding, ding. This is it. That is exactly what the behind the scenes was. It was just a big justification. That's why they had Sarah and Claire on the podcast. That's why they were prominent in every behind. There was about 4 different behind the scenes thing, and they were in all of them trying to justify this.
Yeah.
You saw what? Sorry, what were you going to say?
That's 2 weeks in a row. They were on the same podcast, HBO podcast.
Were they on it last week as well?
They were on it last week as well, because I thought, oh, really? You normally have different people every week. But yeah, it would make sense that they have them on to justify this absolute farce of an episode.
Claire directs the next one too.
Well, I expect better things from Claire because she's better than this.
She is better than this.
And I don't
I don't know who's writing the next episode or who's written the next episode, but I know that Claire directed it because I noticed in the thing it was directed episodes 2, 3 and 4.
Right, okay.
So let's see what she's got to bring for the next episode. If she's not constrained by this concept, then I'll be as excited as I usually am for a Claire episode.
I'm very excited to see Aegon and Larys.
I want to see more of them. That's another thing I was missing this week. If I could have just had one scene with Aegon and Larys, that would have been better, but still shite.
Called Aegon.
Let's call them Aegon.
It's better than Aerys. Aegon.
I'm so here for Lagon. But if we could have just had one scene with that, like I said, it would have been better, but still shite.
Yeah, where are Lagon? What's going on at this point?
I think they're moving their way to
I would
Rook's
have
Rest.
loved to have seen a wee scene of them, like, I don't know, diddling along with one donkey that Aegon's humphed over and Larys is clubfooting alongside and just bitching at each other. That would have been relatively low budget to do. Like,
Yeah.
just give us some of that. If you're going to stick
I don't
things
even
in
think
that aren't
it's the
even book
budget
canon.
constraints. I mean, they're like multi-million dollars an episode, and some of these episodes look pretty cheap. You consider when you think about they've got a purpose-built set, right? They've got the full red keep,
Yeah.
and everything.
They did say that in one of the either
Yeah.
behind the scenes, like we've used this room so many times. It's been there for all these years.
Exactly. So they didn't have to put anything in the set for this episode or anything like that. It's not about budget, unless it's about cutting the budget here so they can use it elsewhere. But
Would it have cost that much to just diddle along beside a wee donkey?
no.
Couple of horses?
It would not. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's about cost. I think it was about this.
Do you know what?
Concept.
Even sitting in the woods with a wee campfire bitching at each other would have done.
So you can't say that it was like we wanted the whole of this episode to be a Rhaenyra POV because the cold open wasn't. So the cold open wasn't a Rhaenyra POV, so the whole episode wasn't. So maybe we could have had some other scenes of other things.
Oh, another thing we haven't discussed is Rhaenyra and Daemon's chat that they had.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list. Daemon wants to rule the world. So first of all, he's going to the Vale, which is cool because that plays into this whole Rhaena thing.
Yeah.
And I'm still on board with this idea. I've thought about it more since last week. And yeah, I like the idea of them putting Nettles and Rhaena together. And so Nettles maybe being Rhaena's identity while she's in hiding.
Yeah.
And Daemon going to the Vale looking for Sheep Stealer while he's there. I love the line from Daemon. It's like, so Rhaenyra says, Lady Jane never sent the sword she promised. She may pay her debt in coin. And then Daemon smirks and he's like, this is an errand I will relish. And I just thought, oh, Daemon's like Daemon's had to hang about in the Vale for a few years. He's probably like got a few people over there that he just wants to rub up the wrong way.
Is that not where he killed his wife?
It is. She's a Royce, but a very prominent family in the Vale.
So here's a trajectory that we could have gone on, a downward one. Mm-hmm. That rather than this whole episode be filled with Rhaenyra's indecision and overwhelm and, well, not indecision, but shit decision, shall we call it? Mm-hmm. She could have been very forceful and powerful and I'm here and I'm going to make my mark and I'm going to do this and I'm going to make all the wrong decisions in a powerful way rather than a scatterbrained kind of I don't know what I'm doing way.
Yeah.
And then we could have had okay, so she sends Daemon off and then the decline comes because she's like, who is Sheep Stealer's rider? Why are you sticking up for them? Why are you not telling me who this is? What the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
That could have been the decline there.
And that's where the decline should have...
And I would have been here for, oh, God, I'm on my period.
Yeah.
If she'd been, I am blocking out all my pain and I'm forceful.
I mean, maybe I missed something in the book, but I feel like her decline started when the dragon seeds turned on her.
Rhaenyra was comfort eating at this point as well. Like...
Yeah.
She just wasn't a basket case. She was a forceful woman.
Exactly.
Who was, like, finding ways to outsource her grief that weren't this overwhelmed, very breathy sort of, I will legitimise them in time, you know. It's just that, things are going on, so, I'm not quite sure. I fucking hate that. I hate it. Awful.
It is a bit rubbish. So where were we? So Daemon wants to conquer the world speech. I clipped that.
Good.
Let's hear that.
Lady Jane never sent the sword she promised. She may pay her debt in coin.
This is an errand I will relish.
The other great houses I will summon here. In the meantime, return with gold, or pledges of gold, else we are hobbled before we begin.
You've come so far, and yet you still don't know who you are.
If I fail to administer my city, how will I be trusted to govern a realm?
Aegon the Conqueror had 3 dragons. You now have 6. It is a power beyond imagining. Why scrabble here for gold when the world lies before us? Dawn could be ours. And then Essos and the free cities, Yeti and its riches. They say there is a city at the edge of the world where men have wings.
I remember wishing to go there, to see them for myself.
Those men will serve us. They will serve you. You will have an empire, unassailable. And our children will rule it forever and a day.
You style us commandeers and marauders like the pirates that plague us.
I style as gods, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra's not there, man.
No, and then he goes off into a speech in High Valyrian, which I meant to transcribe and forgot. It's hard to remember these things when you just don't care about the episode. I'm only joking. But then he goes off and they're basically talking about...
She's not joking.
No, I'm not. Anyway, so they're talking about the Valyria, and was this not the dream of Valyria to have an empire, rule the world? And she's like, no, the dragons are... my father warned me not to... the dragons are a power we shouldn't mess with. He always counseled restraint. He's like, your father was... Well, it's not what he said, but basically he was saying your father was a bit timid. Mm-hmm. He renounced his dragon, I think was the word he said. And he kind of did. He rode Balerion the once and then never again. Mm. And then Balerion died. I'm not quite sure how close together those events were. But anyway, so yeah, it's this debate about the power of old Valyria. Daemon wants to go wild, be a conqueror, take on the world, which is a little bit removed from the Daemon last week that was going on about the prince that was promised and the threat in the north. And
Yeah, it's strange that he would change almost continent when he knows.
I actually put this down as one of the scenes that I really liked until I started saying that, and then I realised, wait a minute, this is a contrast from last week's Daemon.
Yeah, I suppose, I don't know, it's kind of classic Daemon. Oh, let's do the most massive thing. Like, let's do the most impossible thing that we can. But you're right, it's too far removed from last week's Daemon, which would only be 2 days.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
2 days ago, Daemon was saying, I saw it at Harrenhal, I saw it, the threat for the north, I saw a girl with silver hair with dragon at her breast, and this is meant to be Rhaenyra, this is you on the throne, this. But preparing for the coming darkness, I mean, I'm not quoting verbatim here, I'm just paraphrasing, but that was the tone.
Yeah.
It was, we need to be here, not gallivanting to fucking Essos. How are you going to help when the long night comes when you're in Essos? So yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. One Daemon point that I actually really liked to this episode was his moment of reflection when he heard about the death of Simon Strong.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. His wee face, he looked sad.
He did. And then he was worried for Alice. He obviously cares for her too. So yeah, that was a nice wee day.
Was there a woman maester?
Yeah.
Maester Harwell's like, what? Women maester? Absolutely fucking not. Not that I've heard of. How rude.
Again, dismissed because she's a woman.
Yeah. A woman maester of sorts. You called her a midwife last week and she was fizzing.
See, now I've just found another plot hole where it's another...
I think you're right with the assumption that there's been such a long gap between the writing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they forgot who they were writing.
Yeah.
It's like that when we get to the beginning of a new season and I go, I'm going to go back and listen to our last podcast and remember everything that I said before we go into the next one. I don't. No.
And this is why when I binge watch several seasons of something that's already out, when I finish a season, I leave it a day until I start the next season, because if I go straight into it, I'm like, oh, no, the writing's too off for me. I can't I can't do it.
Oh, I've never thought about that before. Maybe that's a good idea. I do it sometimes, but I've never really made it a rule.
I do because I feel that I don't enjoy
Yeah.
the first episode as much.
Yeah, I do try. Sometimes I do just like a good binge. But I have to agree with you that on the times where I do go, right, that's the end of the season, we're going to take a break for a day or two maybe before we start the next one. I have
Depends on what it
appreciated
is, though.
more.
Have your dinner and then watch it.
Sometimes, yeah. A break could be that long. Supernatural's definitely one that got me.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of seasons, man.
For sure.
And sometimes with Supernatural, I had to take a break. Sometimes I had to take a 6-month break. The last time I binged it, I got through to about season 8, and then I had to take a break for a few months, and then I did the rest.
Weirdly, it's season 11 for me. I'm not quite sure why.
I got stuck at season 11 twice. And actually, the season 11 break was about 2 years long before I could go back.
I'm glad it's not just me with season 11.
So then we've got the feeding the small folk scene. I really liked this scene. Rhaenyra was smiling, which is something that didn't happen throughout the episode anywhere else. I liked that her and Mysaria were on that cart themselves, distributing the food.
Yeah, it was total food bank scenario.
It was. It was very bright. She was smiling. It was a very positive scene. It was a very different tone from the rest of the episode. Mm-hmm. And I really liked it. She's on day 3 of her reign right now. And yeah, it's great that she's going out there. She feels like she's done something good with her whole Robin Hood thing. Rob for the rich, give to the poor.
Yeah.
But I like that the contrast from the scene to the rest of it. She's very boxed in and it's very dark. All those in the keep scenes, but out in the sun. I think it was they said it was 120 degrees when they were filming that day. So that must have been fun.
Sweaty.
So yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Really, it was a nice scene. I liked it. We did the fake there on thing, so that just leaves Tumbleton, really. And this scene confused me too.
Yep.
Why was it a dragon keeper?
I have no idea. No idea, not a clue. But I don't know, the maybes of it are, okay, well, are these dragon keepers that are for Tessarion? So why has this guy come back to Rhaenyra?
Yeah. And the way he told it was like the dragons were going in and he got out. Yeah, it wasn't.
Why were we there in the first place, mate? There's no dragons there.
Yeah, it's not like it's dragon keepers coming from Dragonstone, because it's the opposite direction out on the water, whereas this is inland. Mm-hmm. So it's not that.
I would say closest dragon. Well, you know how rubbish I am with the geography of this, but my guess is the closest dragon that's going to be anywhere in that vicinity would be, quotation marks, dead Sunfire.
Nope, Sunfire's in the opposite direction. They're south.
Who's the closest one then?
None.
Nana Vagar?
Nope, Nana's north as well.
Where's Sheepstealer?
North, in the Vale.
So who's the closest one then? Out of
King's
all of
Landing.
them?
King's Landing and Tessarion. Those are the closest dragons.
Is that why he's gone to King's Landing then? Because it's the closest place. Does that answer it?
No, that explains why he came to King's Landing to give the information, but it doesn't explain why he was in Tumbleton in the first place. Why was there a dragon keeper in Tumbleton? And if he's on the other side, then why is he running to Rhaenyra with the information? Okay,
so after a brief map consultation, I am now fully on board with there's no way. It's not possible. There's no reason. There's no, Nope.
So don't get it. Somebody at HBO, please explain this to me, because I just don't get it. But this overall setup as well, I think this is different from the book. I think that in the book, the blacks were there at Tumbleton and the greens were attacking from outside. Then stuff happens. But in the show, they seem to be doing it the other way around. So the greens have now taken Tumbleton and it looks like the blacks are probably going to attack. So that's different. I'm not sure the purpose of this, but maybe it's just to keep us all guessing. You do you, Ryan.
Yeah, I've been guessing the whole episode, so here we are.
So if you've stuck around for this long, thank you for listening to our rant. You must feel the same. I don't have anything else to say to you.
I have nothing positive to say.
Nothing positive.
Nothing
it would just be
positive
more moaning
other
at this
than
point.
Thank you so much for sticking around. Guys, if you have any moans that you would like to add onto the Facebook page or anyone else,
or if you have any contradicting opinions, would like to hear them. I'd like to be turned around. It doesn't sit well with me that there's an episode of this that I just hate.
I'm a crazy hormonal woman. There's no way anyone can contradict right now. I'm joking.
Oh, but yeah, this episode rubbed me up the wrong way in so many different ways. I'm just looking forward to next week. I've just like to see more of the format that we love. This concept fell on its face.
To end on a wee positive note.
Oh, have you got one?
I do have one.
Excellent.
We did have a lovely message from one of our listeners who was asking about, are we going to do any more book to show comparisons?
Yes.
And we did answer, and yes, we are.
Yes.
We're going to be covering...
I was very busy at the time. My answer was brief. I do apologise. It was very direct.
I gave her a row. I did. But yes, we absolutely will be covering more book to show comparisons. We're going to finish House of the Dragon, and then, as you know, we're going to be covering The Mad King.
Yeah,
that'll be August. So we're looking end of September that we'll do another book to show.
Refresh of the book.
Yeah, so we're
watch the show.
We're going to do Clash.
Yeah.
And we'll compare that with season 2, and then we're going to be moving into Christmas time where we deserve a break, guys.
Yeah.
So then we've got Dunk and Egg coming up, and we will probably then start to cover more book to show comparison into next year.
Yeah.
Because we do have that break, and then obviously the book to show comparison does start to become a little disjointed.
Yeah.
So that's where it might get to be quite fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when we get to that stage. I think we're safe to the end of Storm, and then it starts to diverge.
Yeah, if we could cover it, because I know like Storm, it's kind of a 2-book situation, isn't it?
Yes.
Not on Audible.
Not on Audible. It's one big book.
It's one big book. So, but I think we might do that in 2 parts because it's so huge.
Yeah.
So we'd be looking towards,
and it does cover 2 seasons. So it's like Storm 1 is season 3, Storm 2 is season 4.
So you guys are going to have us doing a lot of book to show comparison next year, and I'm glad that's
there's
something
no House
really...
of the Dragon next year at all.
Yeah.
Also, while we're doing Clash, we've got a series of videos, some groundbreaking lore theories,
and a brilliant question of legitimacy video.
Yeah, that's coming up very soon. But to go along with that Clash, there will be a series of deep lore theories coming at you. I'm telling you, we're going to break the fandom with this.
I look forward to
it. So we've got a lot of stuff to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season of House of the Dragon as well. So on that note, let's call this episode. It didn't work for us, and that's okay. We're still here for it next week.
That's why we're here.
Yes, it's okay to not like it, folks. It's okay.
It's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
So, if you want to get in touch, head over to theunrealhour.com. You'll find all our episodes and social media links there. Give us a like, follow, or subscribe.
You can also leave us a voice message. We might even feature it on the show, or just email us at talk@theunrealhour.com.
And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. We've got new videos coming soon. And if you love what we're doing, you can support the show at patreon.com/The Unreal Hour for ad-free episodes, early access, and exclusive content.
Or you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/The Unreal Hour. Every little bit helps to keep the show running.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time,
keep it unreal.